a minute. Is everybody alright? How can everybody be alright? Think about the people starving in Ethiopia. Think about my brothers struggling for power in South Africa. The wicked oppressor keep on trying to keep them under. Tell me, Lord, how long do my people have to suffer? Oh, I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my total freedom. Said I'm a warrior, and I'm a fighter. Yes, I know I'm gonna have to fight on for my total freedom. Yeah, oh yeah. I said, wait a minute. Is everybody alright? How can everybody be alright? Think about the people starving in Ethiopia. Think about my brothers struggling for power in South Africa. The wicked oppressor keep on trying to keep them under. Tell me, Lord, how long Do my people have to suffer? No, I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my total freedom. Said I'm a warrior, and I'm a fighter. Yes, I know I'm gonna have to fight on for my total freedom. Yeah, oh yeah.
Anything that takes place in this country, whether it affects the country or we laughing. Water and gas throw in the same race, hospital and sickness in second place, and we laughing. We my people coming from heaven knows, they walk in the street with the thing exposed, and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody kicks in a fun, we in Trinidad. Always reshuffling cabinet, and up to now they can't do nothing yet, and we laughing. They buy a boat and it never floats, instead we know it used to carry boats, and we laughing. Raise the salary with a big back pay, and retrenching for workers every day, and we laughing. When election come and you wouldn't vote, all you saying is we go cut the throat, and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody keeps in our fun, we in Trinidad. All our justice jail bill in record time, people asking if we promoting crime, and we laughing. Can't finish the hospital or priority, but they finish the money in the treasury, and we laughing. It's got losing $500,000 a day, it's jam on the main road and the highway, and we laughing. They went for Malik and the Guyanese, let Ohala run off the hook with ease, and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody kicks in a fun, we in Trinidad. Some Barbadians say Adam shouldn't dead, that 13 PM should have dead instead, and we laughing. He see Tobago and say tobacco, where he get his fooling from them don't know, and we laughing. Sideline the commissioner police, since that happened look crime on the increase, and we laughing. The minister say crime on the decline, and in 3 months they more than 29, and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody kicks in a fun, we in Trinidad. The St. Joseph Bridge take 9 years to build. If you pass, you could see it building still, and we laughing. Laughing. While the boys industrial burning down, 2 little boys in a back room having fun, and we laughing. Laughing. No commissioner, 2 chief justice, I hope can't tell the Pope about this, and we laughing. Laughing. The CJ wouldn't play my calypso like he's a youth and Eagle Toronto, and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody kicks in a fun, we in Trinidad. PTSD workers are based, they say. The police and soldiers are dead Sunday, and we laughing. Laughing. It's not the first child of vagrant killed, but they had them roaming.
Welcome to U97.5 douglAR Radio, hot like pepper. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good day. A good day because it's the day that the Lord has made. Today, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to be faced with so many challenges and so many lack of opportunities, and it seems as though that the spirit of this country is on a downward trend. And as a result of being on a downward trend, ladies and gentlemen, we look to every corner. We look up, we look down, we look to the east, to the west, north, south. We look right around to find that hope. And I want to say to you this afternoon that hope, you really does not have to look far. You just have to look within. Because the hope to this situation is within each and every one of us. And therefore, we need to bring that hope out to the front burner and unite that hope in order to formulate the solution to the problem that we are faced with. The problem that we are faced with, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a spiritual, divine problem. It's a problem of lack of policies and bad governance. And it is something that we have allowed for years to raise its ugly head throughout our society. And as a result of allowing it to reign for so long, sometimes it seems impossible to really pull it back. But the strength and the hope is within us, and therefore we need to pull it back and put a stop to any form of dictatorial behavior. And therefore, I am urging you as we get into today's discourse, ladies and gentlemen, that we will find that hope and we'll allow that hope to come out from the hidden corners of our lives. And for once in our life, we will stand together united to ensure that Trinidad and Tobago prosper. Not the selective few that have been prospering over the years, but the time has come where we must be our brother's keeper in every aspect of governance to ensure that the future of our country, which is our children and grandchildren, and also the unborn babies, that they come into this country with safe hands at the hem of leadership. I listened to Faris Alwari, and Faris Alwari responds to the Joint Trade Union. Faris states that he already frame pieces of legislation that he would be taking to the cabinet very soon as the end of this week, first thing next week, for cabinet approval in terms of making the public sector that safe zone that they keep threatening us about. Added to that, he also warned that it would be coming, and it will be coming with or without our consent. And that is the kind of arrogance and bullying that this government believe that it can push down our throat. And as citizens, I already see some start to give in to bullying, and some start to run like headless chicken.
What?
Taking jab and then complaining. You know, my mother used to say long time that we need to comply and then complain. So I'm seeing some following that old tradition, complying and then complaining, only to realize that at the end of the day, your complaint will fall on deaf ears, because the government have not seen it fit that if you take that vaccine and something should go wrong health-wise, they will not take the responsibility to protect your children in the form of providing sustenance. And my question is, why would you force a population to participate in a mass vaccination, but yet you would not bear any form of responsibility if any complication should come as a result of your forced mandate upon the population? You would not take any responsibility as to look after those who may be affected as time goes on. So Faris said that the pieces of legislation, they are already there, and he will move as speedily as his colleagues will have him to move, to make it a must in order to be vaccinated within the public sector. But ladies and gentlemen, while you will sit and you will take that, I want to tell you this afternoon that because of those policies that the government plan to institute upon us, it will not just be the public sector, it will also be the private sector. Because, for instance, let's just use the licensing authority. When you use license office as a safe zone and you implement your fines that would follow after you make those areas safe zone, how would those who are unvaccinated seek to do any form of transfer, any form of seeking to get your learner's permit, renewing your driver's permit, and looking for various endorsements within those areas when you are considered to be an unsafe person? Because that is what it is, you know. You could allow them to call it whatever name they want, but what it is that you will be deemed an unsafe person to enter into any one of these government institutions to seek whatever it may. You will be debarred. Heavy fines will be upon you. So where do we go from here with this apartheid, this vaccine apartheid, this safe zone nonsense that this government continue to speak of? This safe zone where people would still be able to contract the virus and spread the virus. And of course, we have gathered information where even vaccinated individuals succumb to this virus. And why would, ladies and gentlemen, areas like the health sector, why would they be hesitant to take that vaccine? Why? Why? The same people that administer the vaccine to you, why are they hesitant to take the same vaccine that the government say will save your life? You see, the maths can't maths and the common sense can't sense. So it tells us, ladies and gentlemen, that the reason why there are so many different forms of hesitancy in relation to this job is because there is uncertainty even among the professionals based on the fact that they have not gathered all the scientific evidence to prove that one, this vaccine, this jab, that it is 100% safe, one, and two, it will provide the necessary protection that some claim, but yet there is no evidence to prove that logic by the science which is available to us today. So while we hear of WHO and other organizations approving this jab for emergency use, we also know that the necessary completion of the testing of this jab, it's far from completion. And if it's far from completion, ladies and gentlemen, we would demand our rights and demand our choice and demand that the Constitution, the protection that is there within the ambits of the Constitution, that we will exercise our rights come what may. Mr. Faris, Mr. Rowley, and others, we will exercise our constitutional rights, which is the rights of every citizen of this country to enjoy. And therefore, I will continue to put this government on notice. I am putting you on notice, government, that we will not give in to any form of vaccine apartheid, vaccine discrimination in this country that belongs to us. I want you, Mr. Government, to understand that this country is not yours. This is not your country to do as you please and to do as you wish. There is laws within this country that all of us must be guided by. And I urge you, Mr. Government, to comply by the laws of this country, because we will not allow you to amend, to bushwhack, or to hijack any part of our constitution for your own glory. We will not allow that, Mr. Attorney General. You see, Mr. Attorney General, while I understand that apart from holding on to a thread, apart from you holding on to your office by a thread which will soon come to an end, because let me say this while on this point, you, Faris Alwari, your political days are numbered. And the reason why your political days are numbered, Faris, is because there is a bigger conspiracy within your government to get rid of you. There is a big conspiracy, Faris, that is taking place right in front of your blind eyes, that you have now become the subject, Faris, of dismissal. I try to warn you. I try to say to you, Faris, there is some of my friends within the PNM that allow me to know that they are planning to saw off your neck, straight off your body, sending you to the political grave, and may very well, Faris, end up as an attorney general who may be answering to criminal matters in the very near future. Faris, I want to give you an advice. I have seen you have allegedly given some of your colleagues, family, advice, and it turned out that those advice, that no advice was better than your advice. But today, my boy Faris, I am saying that you have the option to be a star boy. You see how you dress as one of those men in those country and western songs. You know, all you're missing, Faris, is your huge sombrero upon your head and your 4-5 in your sack low down on your leg. Your outfit already matches. So I'm telling you, my boy Faris, you can still look and be a star boy in all this imbroglio that is surrounding you at this time. You need to take the bull by the nose hole, Faris. You see, my dad used to mind cattle. And Quirky, we had a bull. And to control that bull, my brother, you cannot control him by his horn.
Okay.
You cannot control him wrong his neck. Wow. To control that bull, We
Yes.
had to bore his nose
The nose.
and put a ring
Yeah.
inside of the nose,
Wow.
and then pass the rope with the swivel on that ring, and
Yeah.
that is the only how you could have controlled that bull.
Say, now, boy, I need my nose, though.
Today, Faris,
Yes.
I am asking you to put a ring in Rowley nose and control that raging bull. You could control that bull, Faris. You know why? Because you have the facts, you have the information. Faris, you have the information for a fresh election in this country. Listen, man. Faris Alwari, you have the facts, you have the information to create a fresh election in this country, which will not only save, may very well save you, but most of all, Faris, it will save this country from the disaster that is blooming over our country at this point in time. Faris, I ask you to do the honorable thing. Do the honorable thing, Faris, and bring the information to the public domain, and let us restart, let us reset this country, so going forward the people will have that opportunity to live. Ladies and gentlemen, so while Faris contemplate on that, Faris Alwari intend to walk the line of mandatory vaccination. This mandatory vaccination, ladies and gentlemen, while the vaccination is what everyone want to spend time and focus on, I don't want you to focus on the vaccination at this point. I want you to focus on the law surrounding making anything mandatory in our country, whether it be vaccination, whether it be dyeing your hair, putting on lipstick, putting on eyeshadow, whatever it is. The point, the fact, what we must be looking at, Corky, is not the vaccination,
All right.
but we must be looking at the process that the government wishes to use to make anything mandatory in
Yes.
our country. That is what, and that is where the real problem lies.
Right.
Because the Constitution gave the government the opportunity, where it so desire, to amend any part of the Constitution that will infringe on the rights of citizens. The Constitution show you, gives you, and guide you by the process
Yes.
that must be followed in order to do that kind of thing.
Oh.
And what is required, Corky,
Yes.
is that the government needs to go to the parliament and seeks a special majority in order to make anything mandatory in our country. It is not just about a vaccine. It is not just about a jab.
Yeah.
It is about the process. The process where you are going to interfere with the rights of the citizens of this country. The Constitution put forward the process that must be utilized in order to complete that kind of a mission.
Right.
And this is what we are calling on the government to do. utilize the constitution and come to the parliament, seeks the special majority that the constitution require for such an act, and get that majority, and then you are in the clear to make any form of mandatory law in our beloved country. And that is what I am saying to this government. And this is what we must not accept. This is not a procurement legislation where the constitution asks for a special majority. The government did it, removing the regulator, the checks and balance with a simple majority, the same thing that Faris Alwari government is proposing to do today. To go to the parliament seeking a simple majority in both houses where they will be able to perpetrate this high-handed breach upon the fundamental rights of the citizens in this country. And this is something that this country have to, this country must, this country got to reject.
Yes.
That is the facts of the matter. The fact of the matter is that it must be done according to law.
Yes.
Faris Alwari, Keith Rowley, and the bunch of idiots, they are not above the law.
Okay.
They are not above the law, Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
They are not above the constitution. I keep crying to this country
Yeah.
for months. Why are we allowing the government to breach the constitution in small things? Since as a child, Corky,
Yes.
we understand that our parents would say that if you give a child an inch,
Yes.
they eventually take a yard.
Oh.
When you allow the government
Yes.
to breach the constitution in small doses,
Yeah.
don't you know, ladies and gentlemen, that they would have breached it in big dosage?
Yes.
Don't you know that, ladies and gentlemen? When you allow a child to steal at 25 cents, as time goes on, that child will become $100 and $1,000 thief.
What?
So that is why we nip things in the bud so that it would not get out of control.
Yes.
And if we have nipped governments in the bud over the years, today we would not have this situation coming before us. You know why? The government would have gone to the parliament,
Yes.
according to the constitution, seeks the necessary special majority, get that vote, and make it law. That is
Yes.
what the constitution require. And I am not going to sit idly by. I am not going to sit down, lie down, bend over, bend forward,
Yes.
or bend backward, and take what this government want to give me
No.
without a fight. I am going to fight, even if it means Victor Roberts fighting alone. That is what it's going to be.
Yes.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, while you may look at this as a simple matter, any form of breaches of the constitution, it is a dangerous matter. It is a dangerous precedent, and it will only spell danger.
Yes.
Watch the president of this country. The president who is a law tutor. The president who is well learned and educated in all constitutional matters. Watch what our president allow to happen because of a dictator and because she did not have the necessary fortitude. I wish I could have said more raw. But she didn't have the necessary fortitude to tell Keith Rowley that, look, the buck stop with me when come to the Constitution. The buck stop with you when come to your political ambition. But when come to the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, the buck stop with me. But you see, there's something called a second term.
Yes.
And sometimes when you dangle the bone in front the dog, sometime in order to get rid of the dog, you drop the bone in the water. You just drop the bone in the water, and sometime you catch the dog diving in for that water only to realize that there is no way out. And that is what happened to our president. The president dropped the ball and allow herself to be influenced by the political directorate, causing a serious breach that caused people to resign, that caused people to lose their job, to cause chaos and mayhem in our society because of the president's action. Today, Gary Griffith is no longer the commissioner of police. And I just say it, and I just say it as it is. I remember at one time, my good brother, David Naked, had called for the resignation of Gary Griffith. And I said plainly that my brother Naked will have his reasons. But at this point in time, I am not supporting that call. Plain as day. You know why? Because Corky,
Yes.
that is how this thing have to be. I am certain that David had enough information to come to a conclusion that he made that call.
Okay.
But I couldn't make the call. I didn't have the information that David had.
Right.
I didn't have, so I did not support,
Right.
which was my right to do.
Yes.
Just as it was David Naked right to call.
Yes.
And in this case, just as it was Rowley right to interfere, it was the president right to refuse.
Yes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
while we figure that this thing is a joke, and while we allow it to happen, and while we allow the Prime Minister to come publicly on national television and said that he wants to hear nothing from the opposition, he would not engage the opposition in anything, we allow that to happen. Don't you know that was the words of a dictator? Don't you know that when our first past the post system placed for an opposition to be in the parliament, you figure they just put them there because they get the minority vote or they have the minority amount of seats? It wasn't for that. They were placed in the parliament as checks and balance, while the constitution give them a voice by voting to ensure that our democratic rights would not be infringed by any dictatorial behavior or any runaway government.
Yes.
That was the reason.
Yes.
But we laugh and we smile and we say Rowley don't care about Kamala, and we say let the opposition go to hell, and we rejoice. Only to realize, ladies and gentlemen, that the sadness of that reality is about to enter the public domain by this crazy, mad, out of control government that we call the Keith Rowley administration. Let's take this one.
PNM. Yes. Hello.
Paula, welcome. You're inside.
218-7762.
Good evening, Mr. Roberts and Corky.
Good day, sir.
Good evening. Yes.
All right, let me start the ball rolling. Friday going to be a very, very solemn day in Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Roberts, you know what I am looking forward for? You see that coffin you have? To lie in state on the grounds of the University of Woodford Square, right in front of Parliament, right? That coffin. You know why? Friday going to be 3,000 plus deaths. That is why it's a day of mourning. Friday going to be a day similar to 1990. A few men turned this country upside down. It is similar to that. You have the vaccine vagrant, Crooked Six, and Terrence the Terrible caused this disaster and calamity on our country. And I'm hoping that as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, good sense prevail and the vaccine vagrant put aside Friday to be a day of national mourning. You understand how serious I'm thinking about it? Because every life lost has to be pinned on those individuals. All of them is culpable. Collective responsibility. I see somebody wanted last night, as soon as I speak, to beg off Terrence the Terrible. You say it's the boss, the vaccine vagrant. All of them allowing him to do it. All of them have to share the blame. So we are at 2992. So tomorrow, I want the exact date and time from Terrence the Terrible when the 3,000th death has occurred. So the country will stand still because we want it to go to 4,000. The way it's going, that is a number to play in Lotto. 4000. I'm going to have a nice night.
Thank you, Kola.
218-7762.
Welcome, Kola.
Good night, Mr. Roberts.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. All I want to say, Roberts, want to find out is that if we get this way in the Parliament, if the opposition has a way to carry to the Privy Council, you automatically will become law that that people have to go in and vaccinate and all these different things. I wonder if the opposition takes to the Privy Council, is there a possibility that can be done, or what is the way forward after that? I'll listen off there.
Right, no problem. So let me give you a little synopsis on that. One of the things is, let me take this one first. Welcome, Kola.
Yes, Fox here.
Silver Fox.
Yes, man.
You're early on the job, boy. You're early on the job tonight.
Yes,
boy.
I have to come in early. Because I have something to say.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, Terrence, the thing echoes this. Terrence echoes what's going on here today in the country. We is the one causing that. We sit down and looking at them doing all kind of thing. We had to have the belly to get up and tell them enough is enough.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? We
is the one causing with deaths in the country. Why we not getting up and stand up for our rights? Awawi is from the Middle East. Awawi is from the Middle East. In birth is from Antigua. Why we have these people in our country having us like this? Why we having outsiders in our country making laws for us? When they go on parliament, is it time for them to lose power? Let them run. They have to run. They have to run and hide. We let us shut down the country when they go into parliament.
Yes.
Parliament is time to shut it down.
Yes, Fox. Yes.
Kamala,
Yes.
bring out your troops too. Kamala, you're not going to parliament, you know. Parliament, Kamala, bring your troops out in the road. We're blocking parliament. No more stupidness going on. We're born free as the wind blow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are an island in the sun. All people used to want to come here and buy place in Trinidad and Tobago from England and all about. Rowley and his vagabonds turned this place upside down. Right? Rowley is only doing this because the spirit of Manning is on Rowley. And Rowley has to go down the wrong road because Manning had to laugh in his grave to see Rowley go behind bars.
Well.
Trinidad and Tobago, stand up for something or lose everything.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
God, where is all your belly? All you got to do is to talk about Victor. Victor by boat. When I thought Victor boat was going in the sea, Victor boat going on land to bring people out. Victor is not a government. Victor is one man and Victor is fighting. Victor fighting tooth, nail and balloon. Where are you? Where the belly? Only coming and talking such a thing about vaccine, vagrant, vaccine. We is the problem. Why we not standing up? Look how much death. Look how much death every day. Every day, mothers and sisters and daughters crying.
Yes.
They don't have money to bury them. They're packing them up all over the place. People don't even know who body they're burying. The country, Trinidad and Tobago, come and shut it down. Shut it down is the only way out.
Yes, man.
The only way out of hell is to block the gate.
Yes, man.
Block the gate to hell.
Yeah.
We have to have that belly. Together we stand and we go win it. Indians and Negroes come together. We are fighting for human rights. We want all hands on deck. Kamala, you're not going to parliament on that day. Bring your troops outside. There are only 22 of them. Right? We have to stop them. Stop them. We want election now.
Yes, sir.
Pack up and go. We want election now. We want election now. We want election now.
Yes, sir.
We want election now. Thank you.
Thank you, Silver Fox. Oh, the fox on fire. Give me.
Run for my life, run for my life, run for my life. Run, it's start to run. Run, it's start to run.
218-7762. Hello.
Welcome, caller.
Yes, this is the 90 cents man.
Yes, caller. Go ahead.
Right. And now listen to Silver Fox.
Yeah.
And I quite agree with the Silver Fox.
Yes, sir.
And what I want you to do for me is to get an additional number other than this number. Have two numbers instead of one number because last trying to get in contact.
Yeah.
Get in contact to make my contribution.
Yes.
Now, the last time I spoke, I had $4 on the phone. And when that $4 finished, they give me $50.
Yeah.
And when they give me that $50, I decide to call the radio station. I'm getting onto the other radio station, but I'm not getting in. There's 4 radio stations I listen to: 97, 104.7, 95.7, and 98.7, which is foreign station BBC News. They were just giving me outside information.
Right.
So I really I agree with Silver Fox.
Yes,
The
sir.
backbone of Keith Rowley administration. I don't like to use the word government.
Yeah.
Administration is his economy. It's his economy. Once you shut down the country, you cripple the economy.
Yeah.
You would bring Keith Rowley to. Without the economy, Keith Rowley has nothing except for to depend on the handout in aid from United States and wherever. No. The Silver Fox talking, he tell Kamla, come out. I quite agree with the come out, but it have consequences with the coming out. No. These people watching what has happened in Tunisia, they are watching what has happened in Belarus, they are watching what has happened, what is currently happening in Kazakhstan, right? These countries are standing up for the democratic rights.
Yes.
And the governments of these countries are using the security force, which is the police and the soldiers, to stifle the people, cripple the people. What's going on in Sudan right now? What's going on down there? No, I have mentioned it once before, which is the first time I've done it in time before now. When Kamla Prasad mentioned, I have no problem with Kamla Prasad. I have no problem. I love that woman. I have no problem with you. But Kamla Prasad, predecessor, was the first person who I heard refer to the police as dogs of war. Dogs of war. Keith Rowley them dependent upon the police and the soldiers through the Ministry of National Security to suppress the people. What had happened with the forced shutdown on the 30th November, right? Peaceful protest. The police come without asking any question, right? And they scrambled 33, and they locked them up, right? We have a constitutional right to assemble peacefully, and when we do that, the government have no regards for that, right? They have no regard. So I make mention, I put you on notice the other day, they're watching China and China national law, right? They're watching China and China national law, and soon Paris Azari will be taking legislation to the parliament to enact such a law, because when I say all you,
I know what you mean.
My good boy Anil Roberts just call them jackass and clown and all kind of things. And remember, when we alone are listening to our radio station internationally, they are hearing that here are people calling these so-called high heads in Trinidad and Tobago jackass on national airwaves. So that's an embarrassment for outside there, right? Now, I make mention recently that it hot in Alwari backside, where the sedition law, I don't know if it's still in existence. I reason to believe that they take it off of the book.
No, it's just dormant. There is a matter going on with that right now, but it's dormant.
Right. So right now it's hurting him where he cannot use that sedition law to now come and attack earlier. So he will now draft legislation based on China formula to now come and start to suppress all your who seeking the interest of us. Right? So you have to be careful. These people set like Mapapi waiting. You see this pushback too? This pushback too that all the contemplating there, that will have serious consequences. This is where they're coming out and beating people and locking up. Because when Gary Griffith was inside, he tactically dressed the outfit of the security force in order to, when confronted, to take on, because they see these fellas with big pad on the knee, big pad on the hand, and all kind of thing. I understand, come and buy armored vehicle and all kind of thing. These things were in preparation. These things were in preparation for events, because he would have been in office there and he would have known what's going on in the country. You have a lot of things Gary Griffith is talking about. It have a lot of things Gary Griffith not talking about. But you know the reason why he know it, he carried close to his chest.
All right, caller, we got to leave it there for now because we had to go for a break. No. So
All
feel
right.
free to call back, right?
All right.
All right. So we go for the break one time.
Yes. All right. Top of the hour.
Tomorrow we start off the new year with a bang on Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays, we talking firework legislation. Just another distraction from Boatgate. They searching Schoonhouse when they should be searching yours. And of course, as a mom who's homeschooled for the last 8 years, we'll talk about homeschooling. I know it's a time when parents trying to figure out if that's the best option with COVID, with all the online schooling, physical schooling, what to do. So I'll lend my advice, my experience as to homeschooling in Trinidad and Tobago. Tomorrow, Fire Fridays with Marsha Walker, U975 FM and douglAR Radio.
The douglAR is well rested, family is healthy and safe. Christmas was quiet and New Year was rung in with reflection, thought, compassion and worry for our beloved country. The douglAR has relaxed for the first time in 5 years. But the douglAR is now energized. He's ready. And douglAR Politics begins its restart for 2022. Wednesday, tomorrow, Coffee and Doubles returns. Monday, douglAR Radio, 6:15 p.m., U97.5 FM. The douglAR will be on. And Wednesday night, next week, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. douglAR Politics live. Rowley, oh Lord, I had to try my best to stay quiet. Oh God, Al Rawi, wait, I want to know where the loophole, boy. I'm calling you. I want to know where the loophole to learn to put on makeup like you, mascara, wearing tight pants, dunce clung AG. PNM, all you go now. You're gone from Tobago, go from Trinidad. Leave we in peace. The douglAR is back. douglAR Politics. We coming back strong.
In corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mausica. Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain, has the largest variety of toys in the Caribbean and South America. No one can beat our prices. If you see it cheaper anywhere else, prove it and we will beat it. We're open every day till late, Sunday to Sunday, even on Christmas Eve till 11 p.m. Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain. Even Santa buys toys from us.
Toys.
Spirit of the sovereign Lord, come and make your presence known, reveal the glory of the living God.
This is Prophetess Alicia Design Pramsuk with Ruach, Fire for the Nations Pentecostal Church. And I'm going to be on U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper multicultural radio station from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. This is where you can catch the fire. The Word of God declares that Jesus said, "These signs shall follow them that believe." Signs and wonders and miracles. If you need deliverance, then you need to tune in to this radio station on Saturday morning where the fire of God will be falling and the glory of God will be manifesting. I want to see you there, and I will see you there with the glory of God. See you there.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
douglAR Radio is now on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Anil Roberts. bringing you the facts on politics and up-to-date information. Also taking your calls on 218-7762. douglAR Radio on U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Get ready for the revolution. Come on, what you say now?
Sponsored by Royal Castle.
10 minutes past 7, we're back on the inside.
Welcome back. Remember, the lines are open 218-7762. Welcome, caller.
Good night. Good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good evening.
Cascade here on the line again.
Cascade, how are you?
Yeah, good night, man.
Yes, sir.
And my blessings on to all revolutionaries.
Yes, sir.
All conscious-minded revolutionaries. Good night to Miss Julian John, my big sister.
Mm-hmm.
Good night. You make me pause raise, man, because she's a resistance, you know. She's a resistance leader, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like the spirit. She have an African spirit day, like in Zinga.
Hmm.
You see how far gone?
Yeah.
You see how far gone? I'm calling on all the countless spirits of the Africans to stand up with that lady in the parliament. All the countless spirits of the Africans that died in the Middle Passage are calling on all you to stand up with that revolutionary. All the youths of this country are calling on all you. Stop warring one another and unite. Stop warring. If all stop, you see when the gang war did stop and they had a treaty, the country shake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The country shake, you know, because they know it has something. Don't they? I keep the fire blazing because vampire passing, you know. You see what Fitzgerald is saying? Raid every block because they know it. On every block have a conscious brother and a conscious sister. So to erase consciousness and togetherness, you see how cocaine come back in powder form on the block? You see how cocaine hit the streets in powder form again? That's where they mash up the place with. If plenty conscious brothers and sisters sit down and understand comes to Harlem come from, there's a picture when the block of cotton rolling down every street of America, a little place drop out and gone up in the other side street rolling, like the cotton going in the conscious, in the way conscious brothers and sisters is. They push that cocaine to mash up consciousness. And it hit the blocks again in a full way. I don't care, no. Everybody know me. My name is Balagoon. Nobody don't like this because I a revolutionary. I a revolutionary. I Caveira and Fidel Castro. So they ain't gonna like my voice on the radio. And I stand up with my brother Yassim. You see, my brother Yassim send a message to this country. Don't mind people didn't like it, you know, but plenty people live off it because when you hear he said, oh, look, but when people went in the warehouses, you see milk packed from the ground to the ceiling, and little children couldn't get milk in this country. I ain't hiding nothing, you know. I was out there in the night, right back down till now. I would never stop being a part of the resistance movement. All your brothers and sisters, all you see how hard the struggle come back. Stand up and unite and face the monster. This machinery, these people, Gary Griffith, know why he made the Ahmad Khan, you know, Griffith Rowley, you know, to step in and mash up consciousness, you know. Just this thing dead serious. This man had an aim, you know. You feel, you know, man, Rowley called Gary Griffith to send a message to Kamala, you know. You hear what I'm telling you? Rowley gave Gary Griffith and make him commissioner of police to send a message to Kamala, you know. And the same thing, it fire back on him so hard. That he's shaking. Rowley go down and lie down in the bed in the night. Only talking this revolution thing. You see how Sudan march on the parliament? Inside the parliament? To tell them that enough is enough. When we going to take the streets of Port of Spain and surround that parliament, they can't lock up everybody, they can't tear gas everybody.
Well.
They can't tear gas everybody. Where is the people, all African and oppressed Indian and African and the Warao people? The Warao people. We have to come together, you know, because these people come and meet all you in this country, you know, and only inheriting nothing. We have to stand up, you know. Make one move and come to tongue. Name the day we're going to come and tell Rowley enough is enough. The police can get through the crowd when they hear we're ready to come in the top.
Thank you, caller. Welcome.
Hi, Mr.
Yes,
but that was a long contribution. Short and sweet.
Yeah, I will not start to cut some a little short now.
Yeah.
We're going a bit too long.
Yeah, too long. That's why you want to call in it. But I just want to find out this because I was asking you concerning if you will take it to the Privy Council, if you have any knowledge on that. And you was interrupted by Mr. What's his name?
Right.
So I would like you to answer that question for me, please.
Right, good. So thank you, caller. Now the process is that when Faris Alwari brought the piece of legislation to the parliament,
yes.
Now one of the problems is that they remove the special majority that is required in order to make those kind of constitutional changes. I am not sure how many options the opposition have because they're going to bring that piece of legislation with a simple majority. So after which they will get it passed because they have the simple majority to get it passed. Right. And then, of course, we have the independent senators supporting the government in the upper house. So, of course, you're sure that they will pass it upstairs and downstairs.
Right.
I am not sure from a legal standpoint what would be the next process in moving it from that stage to the courts.
Yes.
So, what I will do, caller, I will ask any one of the UNC attorney to call in and to share some light on that matter as we go forward. All right? Yes. Welcome, caller.
Hello. Good night, Victor and Kokidi and the listeners. I want answers. Whether it be wrong or right, I'll do the proper evaluation and see if it's right or it's wrong. That could help us and motivate us as you follow. Now tell me, is this man taking our taxpayers' dollars to finance an organization internally and externally and having our people suffer, crying and grieving? And where's that money going? Look at how much he's getting, and our people are suffering. And even our leader, he is showing conspiracy alongside that. Why are you killing our people? I don't like that. You want, listen, does the Attorney General eat pork? Does the Prime Minister eat pork? I want to know, otherwise, when Mrs. Kamala Prasad sister went to India and she was going down to, as a mark of respect of Hinduism, to touch the president, put the president hold him back and said, no, you're a leader. You can't do that.
So caller, you might understand Rowley and them an email to find out
where will we go in there?
If there's pork and if there's chicken. Yeah. I can answer that question for you, caller.
Okay.
Caller, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Roberts.
Good night, sir.
Do you recall, it's a settled history, that at one time England had banned Indians from going to the seaside and picking up salt? And they passed a law that in all salt consumed in India must be from England. And Gandhi marched to the sea and took up a only full of salt and went back with it and used it and in defiance of them, and they had to lift the rule. because the science did not support England salt over England. So I want us to go to the beach, and I want us to remain at the beach at our leisure after 12:30, since we're going to have acts of resistance. And let the police come and knock up everybody by the beach, and let the court decide what science the government has to pass a legislative, how you call it, a hierarchy kind of command, a command that we can only enjoy our beach half day, like it's them own, it's not we own. So I want to know that. You understand? But I feel like you're going forward with the dropping all the unions and mashing up the union and things. So I ain't calling back this program until Anil come back, because I ain't wasting time.
Not a problem.
Good night,
Your
thank
choice.
But the beach
Good
is,
night, and thank
yes, thanks for calling. The beach is so widespread all over Trinidad, and the bars is so easy, and people going in the bars and clustering up.
So you see, it becoming a stage now that people want to tell me what to say on the program and what not to say on the program. I better them come around the program.
Yes, yes, yes.
Welcome, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir.
Good night. Let me ask a question, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is really going on with this investigation into this ocean pelican? You could tell me?
Nope.
Because all of a sudden now it's a hush.
Yes,
so they're looking to sweep this under the carpet, as they would have done with the police commissioner issue. Right?
Right.
What really going on with this investigation? I'm trying to understand because clearly laws were breached by sitting government ministers, namely the Attorney General and, of course, the Health Minister. Right? And let me just say, I honestly believe that this Attorney General that we have here, I think would go down as the worst the country has ever appointed.
Of course.
Right? His performances are shambolic in every sense of the word. Right? No shame in any other two-bit country. He would have been removed from office, and even with reference to the president should actually have been impeached. Somebody should have lost their job there.
Yeah.
And even now with this matter, with this ocean pelican, somebody should be losing their job between the health minister and the attorney general. Somebody. You know, in England they had an issue a couple of weeks ago, I think it was last month, where a party was kept, and you realize what happened. The men just resigning, and nobody ever here tell us. People just resigning. Guys, that is democracy. Because they're not skylarking in these countries. But yet, in our beloved Twin Island Republic, you have people doing wrong and threatening to tell them to put you in court because you bring forward wrongdoing. What kind of country we trying to run? What kind of country trying to run? And especially, as I had mentioned to you a couple of weeks ago, you see this police commissioner issue, that is the straw that brought the camel back from here. That is straw. Anytime you have government officials interfering in a so-called democratic process that is supposed to be independent, to appoint who they want to our office that is supposed to execute the law, then we're in serious trouble in this country, right?
And caller, you are right, because I saw today on one of the dailies that they went and conduct searches at the premises of the gentleman. They said they was looking for some certificates. I also saw where his attorney stated that those certificates went back to customs, and the final analysis on it is that the investigators were saying by the end of the week they should wrap up their investigation. And you see, there is plenty in that mortar beside the planting and the pestle. There's a number of other I want to say a number of other provision down inside that mortar there that they don't want to pong, and therefore they will do what they had to do. But we will wait and see. The end of the week is almost at hand. We'll wait and see where that investigation goes, what happened. But what I do know is that they out for Faris. They out for Faris for one reason or the other. because as Anil state, there is so much pressing investigation that is before this boat fiasco, and we're not hearing the commissioner, the acting commissioner, talking anything about those investigations. We have investigation hanging over the head of a number of government officials for years, and we're not hearing anything. We are the ANV. We have so much investigation hanging up, and we're not hearing nothing about these serious investigations. So let's wait and see what happened to the end of the week. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, I just one more thing. It's bitter. It's something I gotta swallow. I want the nation, the public to know, regional and internationally also. Mr. Attorney General, are you financing ISIS and destroying our people? Thank you.
Thank you, caller. We have investigation from over 5 years hanging over the heads of some government official, and to date we hearing absolutely nothing. We have seen a number of documentation in relation to this Tobago fiasco with these houses, and today we haven't heard anything from the Integrity Commission. We don't know if our investigation is going on. We're not hearing nothing, and that is the sad reality, and that is why I continue to tell people it seems as though that the independent institutions in this country, that they have been compromised in such a way that it will very well take probably the next government to ensure that some sort of justice and some people be held accountable for the actions that is taking place at this point in time. And I mean, it's a very serious situation. So we just cannot continue. We just cannot continue how we go in, and we just cannot sit idly by and then do anything. That is the sad reality about what is happening. So while we sit and talk and everybody want this to happen and that to happen and this to say and that to say, to the end of the day, save people get up and make something happen is until we will sit in the cozy little corner and make all the comments that we want to make and raise all the issues we want to raise, and to the end of the day, nothing will be accomplished more than the government will continue to have their way, and the people of this country will continue to be suppressed and continue to take the pressure that they have been experiencing for over the past 6 going on 7 years. Welcome, caller.
Good night again.
Yes,
Cascade.
sir. Yeah, Cascade.
All the cocoa and coffee and Pomarak and Zabok, that the roads of Monaco, where people estate tie up, different estates tie up that they can't get access, road to go to refurbish the estates tie up. You know the reason why they tie up? You have your paying taxes and you can't go to the estate. It would frustrate you to sell that land. The next couple of years, you see men like Claude Young and them looking down from the Monaco mountain to the whole western peninsula around right back to the point. We of the Cascade area want our Monaco road and the Hololo road refurbished to go back to the estates. This is in order to take the youths who family have estates in the mountain and they can't go back to the mountain because no road to bring out produce from the estate. All of this thing is what Showing Jones and them sit down and not looking into, and these things was drawn to them, and these fellas just sit down and drawing taxpayers and having people estate go abandoned because no access to go to the estate. No access to go to the estate, to refurbish the estate. Agriculture had to be the first thing on the agenda in every revolution. You must be able to feed your people. You must be able to feed your people. We want those roads. Strotong, you better hear what we're saying, you know. Hear what we're saying, you know. All the poor people in Cascade Estate tie up because they can't get no access. A lawyer tell me, she said it would cost 9, that is what they tell her. Local government say it would cost $9 million to open back the Monipur Road. That go right back to Lavanti Road in Sawa. All that is cocoa and tanka bean and coffee. You must have it to put between the cocoa bean. When you're making the coffee, you must have the tanka bean. All of that tie up in forest. Nice estates tie up in forest because the little man can't get to go there to bring out the produce. It is so far inside, no access. And these places tie up. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. And caller, you see, it comes right back again to voting. It comes right back again that voting have consequences. And in order to achieve even what you're saying that you want to achieve in the Cascade area, to achieve these things, you have to have a government with vision, a government who understand the direction in which the country need to go, and people to act in such a responsible manner as to have these agriculture areas developed. Because very soon, very soon, not too far from where we sit now, very soon, we will run into another problem. And that is why, in order to really have the proper policies, you have to change the policy maker. If you don't change the policy maker, then we're only wasting good time. Welcome, caller.
Hello, good evening, Victor.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, Koki. This is El Socorro. Now, I'm going to be very brief. I want to be very brief. Victor, big up Victor Roberts, big up yourself. Big up your whole self. I want to give you a virtual round of applause. Koki, do me a favor and give Victor a shake hand for me.
Koki step out to come back. He come back in now. Don't worry, but I will get the shake hand.
I want to come back. Tell him to give you a shake hand. So
I'll give me.
Yeah, I'm giving you a virtual shake hand, a virtual round of applause. Because I was listening to your program on Fact and Fiction, the recently closed one, the recent one I did.
Right.
And you could not have been more right or speak more facts. You made a statement regarding the behavior of the people in Trinidad and Tobago. That you now know why there's so much misbehavior and crime and foolishness, because it happens at the top.
Yeah.
If it happens at the top, it must happen in below.
Correct.
And that explains everything that's happening in our country right now. If you have misbehavior and disrespect and lawlessness happening at the top, it must happen below.
Correct.
So Koki, do me a favor. When you're in the studio,
yes,
give Victor Roberts a shake hand for me. Thank you. Good night.
All right,
good.
Listen.
Wow.
All right, I think we had to take a break here quick.
Yes, let's go to the break.
So we'll be right back.
To the break.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mausica.
Opening hours.
Saturday 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Sundays 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. When you think about fresh produce and good quality food, come to Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mausica. Marsha Walker. Join me on U975, Hot Like Pepper, and douglAR Radio every Friday for Fire Friday. Every Friday when we, the UNC women, bring the heat. 6:15 p.m. every Friday. UNC women bringing the heat with Marsha Walker. Fire Friday. The Grand Coulant Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock. Bed and breakfast rates available. To book, call 283-2597 or 463-2946. The Grand Coulant Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock.
Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain, has the largest variety of toys in the Caribbean and South America. No one can beat our prices. If you see it cheaper anywhere else, prove it and we will beat it. We're open every day till late, Sunday to Sunday, even on Christmas Eve till 11 p.m. Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain. Even Santa buys toys from us.
Toys.
What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's the flavor of our culture. Come from here, come from there, and everywhere. It's the special flavor that's made us savor at the Royal Castle. Welcome the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. Taste the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
douglAR Radio is now on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Anil Roberts, bringing you the facts on politics and up-to-date information. Also taking your calls on 218-7762. douglAR Radio on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Get ready for the revolution. What you say now?
Sponsored by Royal Castle.
Mr. Big Man wants to be richer, while the poor man slave and suffer, but that can't work. To be poor is a crime. Man, I feel know that in this your time. Yeah, man, please, but it can't read his heart. Poor people fed up. Well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at your down the country demolition, man.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, the 17th, which is a couple days from now, we will know the direction in which this country will be going. Welcome, caller.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, good night, sir.
Yes, sir, good night.
What I was said last week is that we need to protest the office of the DPP. We need to protest the office of the Integrity Commission.
Correct.
That is the only way we're going to get answers. And now that they want to suspend food cards and the old people grant, that is something more now for people to come out and march on. Also, Mr. Robert, yesterday they spoke about Indian lovers. How is an Indian lover? Again, I have to come back to you today. If you look at all these PNM people, or even all the African people, no, I don't want to be racial or some racial, but if you look at that, all of them who putting on wigs, a straight hair wig, none of them are putting on no African wig, no African hair. You know, this is things you have to let the people know and let them know who call you Indian lover and all kind of dotish things. Put them in the place. But Mr. Roberts, we need to come out and march.
Yeah.
I told you, you have to pick up the gun. He said no. But the way how things situated, no, we have to pick up the gun.
And I still say no.
Yeah, you see, sometimes that's the only language people can understand.
No violence.
Well, let's see. All right, when I finish, I ain't going to waste your money.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the contribution. Caller, you see, and I hear you, don't feel I ain't hearing you. But the people of the country is who have to stand up and make a difference. While some people talk about police and lock up and all that, that doesn't ring a bell to me, because I will tell you something. I get locked up for a protest in 2012, and let me make it clear. I protested against Suraj Rathamrambachan as Minister of Works and Transport in 2012. I shut down Palo Seco, Los Barros, the southwestern area for 1 week. And I get locked up and charged. As a matter of fact, I win that matter just last year. That matter finished. From 2012, last year I won that matter. So locking up with protests, I is an individual. I don't have. I will get locked up for my rights. I have no problem with that. People that get locked up for less than that. But I just always tell my children and tell my family, getting locked up for the right thing, I am prepared to go to prison for the right thing. That is me. That is me. I am prepared to go to jail for what is right. And until Trinidad and Tobago understand that there is some things that you have to stand up for and stop make excuses about the police go beat you and the army go this and all that pack of stupidness. The police and the army could lock up everybody in Trinidad. It's 7 or 8,000 of them to 1.3 million a week. If people really serious about what happened in this country. They had jail to put all our way in, but everybody like to make excuse. They always try to make an excuse to default and to hide from what they afraid and shame to do, and that is to stand up for what is right in this country. You can't tell me you have a government behaving like how this government behaving, and people still studying lock up and arrest and going to court. People still studying that. Boy, people watching a bunch of jokers in this country. Jokers in this country. What you'll stand up for? What people will stand up for? Well, it's only a matter of time a man walk in your house and do what you want with your whole family, and you just stand up and remain quiet. People they get serious, man. Welcome, caller. Load on your radio, caller. Load on your radio.
In my nation and my people, I want to tell them, I do care and love and heard of things of them. But when it comes to love, tell them, I'm always around.
Thank you, caller. Caller, in this stage, right now, what's going on in this government here now, people that loving going and full the belly now. What happened in this government right now and what happened in this country right now is pure hate, and everybody just acting normal, you know. Because I seen people defending this government while the family dying in the hospital, and people defending this government. People defending this government while they can't get food to eat, not off of their own doing, but by the doing at this government. People still defending that. People still jumping out and defending that. So when I hear people talking, Trinidad and Tobago full with a set of talkers. That is what they are, a set of jokers that only have talk. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night to you, Victor, and to the people in the studio, and to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, sir.
Now, our country is in a very critical position. You know, we're facing this pandemic, as we say, is a war. There's a lot of economic, social, political, constitutional problems. But you're on the right track. We're trying to get this thing done peacefully.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, at one time, when the Imam had done what he did in 1990, he didn't complete the mission. You understand? I was in favor of that then. In 1970, when it happened with Rafiq Shah, Rex Nassar, and Bazi, and all these people did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Then we had recently, you hear what I'm telling you, we had a man who was trained in Stanhope.
Right.
He was a Minister of National Security, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then he was a police commissioner, right?
Right.
And a prime minister sent him to lock up people. The first person he should have locked up is that whole cabinet they have there.
I agree.
And he had the whole country in his favor, and he had the opportunity because he liked politics. But you see, his mouth, sometimes you have to talk less. In the Bible, in James 1:19, it tells you, James, in the book of James, it tells you, be slow to speak and quick to hear. You there?
Yeah.
Right. So the people of Trinidad, I understand that. There was a time in 1973, there was a Bloody Tuesday march in San Fernando. Do you remember that?
Yes, I heard about it.
Well, I telling you what happened. My dad was a ex-soldier in the war. He was a sergeant major in the British Army. He was leading that march with Bonald Jabbar and George Weeks and those people.
Right.
And when my dad told me, at the time I was studying in Canada, when I came home, I saw that in the Toronto Star and the Global Mail in Canada. When I came back, I asked him about that. He told me he had about 400 or 500 people, and when he turned back, he only see about 2 or 3. The rest of them run all about and hiding people at standing in San Fernando. You understand? So, as I said before, we have to mobilize the people.
Yeah.
The mobilization for your cause and the cause, I'm with you, you know.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Right. In this mobilization, we have to know who is ready to die. But some of us have to die. I don't want to die from COVID.
Yeah.
If I have to die for a cause, let me die for a cause than to die from COVID. You understand what I say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we live in a country that everybody want to eat plenty and use the toilet plenty and to talk plenty. I'll tell you something. In 1982, I left Canada. I got a job with Tesoro. And I had to start up to George Wicks in Faisabad. You must be Jasper and...
Yeah. I play football with I play football and thing with Jasper and all of them.
Yeah, well, I know the whole of Palaseco because I work down there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, when I went on to Tesoro, at that time, the people in the retired from the oil industry was only getting $75 a month. And I went to Faisabad as a member of the union, and when I stand up to Mr. George Weeks, he was in that meeting, I said, Mr. Weeks, Comrade Weeks, I addressed his chair, and I told him, I said, you should change your name from WKS to WEAKS.
Right.
And the chairman, they told me, he said, Comrade, you have to apologize. I said, I do apologize, but I stand in what I say. He said, you have to still apologize. I said, I apologize. But they went on subsequently to give an increase to that. But what I'm saying in Trinidad and Tobago, when you stand up for something, brother, you have to be spiritually sound.
Yes, sir.
Get yourself I am spiritually sound, you know.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to go? How many people spiritually sound and ready to go? You understand?
Why am I ready to go? No way, Nakola. No way.
Hoping to meet shortly.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
You're
sir.
Habitat outside. So you stay blessed.
Same to you, sir.
I bless the nation of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. And Kola, you are so right. You are so right. Welcome, Kola.
Yeah, Cascade again.
Yeah, Cascade.
You see, like, you know why you tell people run? Foolish like ants with tear gas. You couldn't open your eye with the canisters of tear gas, this and that here. Bloody Tuesday, you hear how far he gone? And he come back and he tell you about Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith have an aim in this country. All you careful with that fella, you know. That fella want to rule, you know. But he upset Rowley. But he still have an aim and an objective in this country.
And
we want to get a foothold. But all conscious people don't recognize it. So we worry at all. We worry is the morning we have to stand up. And I get some of that tear gas in 1970 for black people rights in this country. That me don't afraid dying at all. Me don't afraid dying. If you're afraid dying, come out the way. Come out the way. Because a revolution is not just so. I'm telling all this in class. A revolution is not just so. All conscious people of Trinidad and Tobago, wake up. Wake up. Conscious people of Trinidad and Tobago, wake up. There's a coming, you know. There's a coming. Don't feel it any day, you know. And that coming have a bloodshed, you know, because this system ain't going to give up just so. This system ain't going to give up. All you feel Rowley going to give up just so, Rowley have a bat to give all who want to oppose him. You have a bloodbath to give them. Go ahead.
Thank you, Kola. And Kola, let me say this while we on that. You see, I don't care what aim Gary Griffith have. I don't care who have an aim. I don't care who don't have an aim. My point right now is what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. We cannot allow it to continue. That is my issue right now. Everybody may very well have some ambition, who want to be leader, who want to be president, who want to be minister, who want to be police commissioner, who want to be... All that is good. All that is good. But the fact of the matter is, we have a government that continue to break the law. We have a government that continue to break the law blatantly in the parliament, out of the parliament by decree, and all people study to do his talk. One day to come, everybody are dead. I are dead, you are dead, everybody are dead. So that is not the issue. The issue is coming and fix the problem. That is what the issue is. Come in and stand up against what is happening. That is where the issue lies. Come in and rectify the problem and install a government in place who will respect the constitution, who will respect people's democratic right, and who will bring policy to move the country forward. That is the reality. Welcome, caller. That is the reality. That is what it is about. So I am not really interested in who feel blood go flow and who feel that and who feel that. All you see all that talk, I'm not interested in that. I interested in people coming out and take peaceful action, law-abiding action, and fix the problem in the country. That is what Victor Roberts is interested in. Welcome, caller.
Hello, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Because,
yes, sir.
Okay. Foolish you are. Everybody coming on you. You always stop. You be terrible.
Well, caller, I can't believe that is what you call to say. You is more idiot than I think. That is what you call to say? To waste people time? Boy, I thought somebody really has sense, but it seems as though there's something really wrong with the libertarians. I'm really surprised. Welcome, caller.
All right or wrong, I'm leaving all you. We got to fight together. What I want to say, all them religious leaders, they get bought out. And what happened? All the preachers are saying they didn't have the answer to them. And what happened? They are on, all the followers are under restrictions. Don't smoke and don't go out in night and line. You are under restrictions. Stay inside and be dedicated and devoted to me on the pulpit. Okay, I'm giving you orders. Otherwise, if you break that, we'll be circum. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, caller. Well, this is the greatest. Hello, caller inside. Welcome, caller.
The boss.
Yes, sir.
Listen to me carefully. Silver Fox make a suggestion to Kamala and she 19 seats that she have. If Kamala as the opposition, if the UNC as the opposition, put their foot in the ring, take that initiative. I listen here, I listen here. I agree with what you just be saying, but sometimes we have to agree to disagree. We have to agree to disagree.
Go ahead, make your point.
The revolution is being advocated by Corky, yourself, Anil Roberts, etc., etc. Right? The opposition leader and is behind the scene. Them doing the so-called legal part of the struggle, right? But if what Silverbox saying, tomorrow Kamala Prasad Bisesa and she crew put she foot on the road, the revolution start. We want the opposition. We look at other countries. It's the opposition leaders them who coming out. Opposition leaders them who coming out. If Kamala gather she 19 people who vote there to gather the 300 and something thousand vote that the UNC have. The revolution starts tomorrow. You have to call no specific date, right? So you see, I quite agree, and I know they have to do that thing behind the scene, right? Look. Roger could have sit down and send somebody, and he said could have sit down and send somebody. They come out in person. Nevertheless, why I'm on the line here? I might be taking a little too much time because I call before and say too much.
Yeah,
much
but make
time
your point,
on the line.
caller. Make your point. Don't waste time on
Right? Faris Harari collecting $23 million a year. in rental, right? That is one of the ways in which the PNM thieving the money. In that, Rowley, why I think Rowley I want to get rid of Faris Alvari? Because Rowley have Faris Alvari Day and they cut a deal amongst themselves so that the $23 million a year among for 5 years, guys, won $115 million. There is plenty money amongst themselves. That is one of the legal way in which they thieving the money. And all you have to look into that. No, this is just my opinion. But think outside the box. Think outside the box. Why does he not want to get rid of that man? Right? That is my contribution for now until I call back in a little while. Let me think again.
All right, caller, you think. So, caller, let me assist you with the first point. Kamla Prasad Bisesa announced this revolution since back in October of last year. This October revolution have different form, different stage, and different aspects in order to be fully materialized. Kamla, as the leader of the opposition, she is doing what needs to be done. Kamla has appointed people within the party with certain roles and responsibility, and therefore those roles and responsibility will continue to activate as time goes on. To the end of the day, Kamla and the 19 MPs could only do what is required of them to do. The people of this country, they also have a responsibility. And one of the problems in this country is that everybody needs a Jesus. Everybody wants somebody to die for their sins. They no longer want to come out and stand up and do what they have to do. They always want somebody else to do the job. And until people in this country stand up and do what they had to do as citizens and as individuals and as law-abiding citizens, is until the government will continue to do what they do and reap the benefit of this country while we sit by and remain just like the caller who called earlier on, dumb, blind, and dotish. You see the caller who called to tell me, boy, he's a fool, just like he. Because people like them who is dumb, blind, and dotish, and their head sticks so far up in Rowley K-Pax that they cannot understand what is real and what is fake, because everything that they eat they believe is real. And that is why they behave how they behave. It's people like them that had this country the way it is. And there is people like us who will stand up and fight against people like them and bring the facts and bring the reality to this country and open the eyes of the people so they could see the abuse that they continue to get off at this PNM government. Welcome, caller.
Well, again, I'm right or wrong. I'm not going to leave you, neither forsake you. But this.
All right, caller, give somebody else a chance to call to. Give somebody else a chance to call to you. Call back this now. People have to stand up in this country. People have to stand up for what is right in this country. This thing is no joke thing. And some of them, because they gain a little sniping to talk stupidness and to text notices on social media, they feel that their life complete because they have no vision. Some of them even have no children. And if they're children, the children are ashamed of them as parents. Because they stand up for nothing, they accept anything that Rowley give them. But the point is that this country have to move forward, and in order for this country to move forward, you have to remove those who administrating at this time, which is the Keith Rowley administration, because they are the failures of this society. And while some of them believe that this is the PNM they know, they go wake up in the next couple of days. They will wake up in the next couple of days to the real reality. All you feel this government is the PNM government that all you know long time. All you feel this is the Patrick Manning government. Well, all you stay there and feel so. Stay there in a little cozy corner and feel that this is Patrick Manning government. This government ain't even care two toots about all you. Nothing they care about all you. All you who jumping up and jumping and fighting and preaching, all kind of idiotism. All you feel this government care about all you? Well, all you wait now, man. All you hold on a little bit. You know how the baby pig asks the mother, Mommy, why your mouth so long? And she say, hold on, son, your time coming. Hold on, and all you go see. Welcome, caller. Hold on, and all you go understand it. All you go understand it. All you feel they come to play. They ain't come to play. They come to reap the benefit. They come to reap what the country have. They come to reap what they in even sowing. You understand? Nothing to move all the life forward. All the policies prior COVID. What policy Keith Rowley brought to the table prior COVID-19 to help you? You same PNMites, you same idiot who call in. What they do to help you? They send you further back down the drain. It looked like the little bit of brain you had and all gone. That is what they do to you. And that is what they do to the supporters. They continue to suppress and oppress the supporters, keeping them down in a quandary that they cannot raise their head out of the water. Welcome, caller.
Mr. Victor Robert.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Koki. A blessed night to you.
Good night, sir.
You see, everybody know the problem. The problem is not Mr. Alwari or the Prime Minister. We keep saying it over and over again. The people who went out there to vote, we are the problem. We don't go out to vote on issues.
Right.
We go to vote and divide ourselves by race.
Yes, correct.
And when we could stand up and see who is the people suffering to the bottom of the ladder, is the grassroots people.
Correct.
You're seeing the cocoa piles, you're seeing the Indians, you're seeing the Africans. And when they come together, then we could make something. Mr. Alwari, no problem, you know. We put them there.
Yeah.
We put them there. We churn the sea and give them the power to run this country.
Correct.
They're running it to our wreck. And we are accepting it. What should they do to the National Flour Mill? They say they make a profit. Oh, God, freeze everything now. You don't have to go up with everything. You know what for rice today? I went and paid $117. Oil, a flour, 25 pounds. For how much? $70.
Yeah.
And we are accepting it with love. And who running that flour mill? Every taxpayer that work, when they importing that, is our money importing it into this country. You see Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bitesa? She went one-on-one on them and won 19 seats. That is a brave woman, a honest woman, a godly woman, a spiritual woman. And she said she's not going with no party because she knew what they're on.
Yeah.
The 18 party that comes stand with PNM because they are the big shot parties. They could give somebody $5,000 to go up there to block Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bitesa, but she did not lose no election. She always won. But people say, she lost it. What did the core, Mr. Dukalan and bring? Nothing. She said, I told you want so much, take it. And she gave it to them. What they come home with? Nothing. People must understand, we is the problem, not the Prime Minister and not his minister. Them 22 rats eating cheese and having the best of time.
Thank you, caller.
Our stupidity. Have a blessed and wonderful night, sir.
Thank you, caller. And caller, that is reality, you know. That is reality. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, once again, well, I know you had your discussion to make. I respect that. But in the church, they are under no smoking, no drinking, no party. And you have to be careful with it. But they have the forbidden food in the congregation waiting for the victims.
Thank you, caller. Welcome, caller, inside.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good day, sir.
Mr. Robert?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you the problem. I hear you for the past couple of minutes admonishing people who voted for PNM and been at the bottom of the ladder for all their life. But those same people, Mr. Roberts, saying by their actions, we don't mind being at the bottom of the ladder if it means supporting the PNM. How you change them people, boy?
Oh gosh, Kola. Kola. Kola, you make me laugh, boy. Kola, you make me laugh, boy. Kola, I just had to do what I had to do, you know, because I just can't give up on them. You know why I can't give up on them, Kola? Because there's human beings. And let me tell you something, Kola. I was a member of the PNM too, you know. I was a member of the PNM. My whole family grew up in the PNM. Mother, father, everybody. Let me take this call. I will continue. Welcome, caller.
Yes, Mr. Roberts, good night.
Yes, sir, good night.
Do you remember it's Deborah? Oh gosh, I'm about to call back after the name. I'll call back.
All right, no problem. Yeah, caller. Every one of my family come out from the PNM. My father was on the General Council. I end up on the General Council after my father. I was the chairman of party group under my mother house. So nobody can tell me about the PNM. I understand. I used to work alongside Hedridge Barrow in Labray. So I understand. I know. So you see when some of them idiots who call and talk because they head in rowdy K-Pax, I just feel sorry for them. Because I understand. I know the pain. I know the agony. You understand? And I just tell them, I in fear. I even fear them. And the negative comments. They doesn't even know that the negative comments is what help drive me. Is what help charge my battery. Cocky, they even know that is what help charge my battery, because I seeing people who need help. The more them call and talk all that idiotism, is the more I know I had to help them to come out from that syndrome, that syndrome that they are in.
And I understand what you're saying, you know, being here with you, I understand fully well what you're saying.
Yeah. Cocky, these people need help bad.
Yes.
They need help. I'm dedicating the rest of my life to help all you, to try to open all your eye to see.
Yes.
As what the caller said just now, always all your own problem because all you're comfortable living with nothing. How could a human being, a man, who want to have children, who want to marry somebody's daughter, might even be one of my daughter, who want to marry one of them, you have nothing, you're living with nothing, you don't have an opportunity to get nothing, and you're comfortable, but you're always sick. Always sick. Something wrong with all you. What all you get so comfortable with a handout that all you believe life is about handout? That you all you believe? That life is about a red plastic bag with some provision in it and a piece of chicken? That is what you go live on? That is how you go mind all your family? That is what it reached to it all you? Boy, all you cannot be so idiotism, boy. All you can't be so blind. Open all your eye, people. Open all your eye and see what is happening to all you.
Let me tell them, open up your eye and see.
Watch all your condition.
Yeah.
Watch all your community. Watch all your constituency. Watch all your road. Watch all your drain.
Serious?
Watch the house where some all you living in. Watch that. Why are you still in this condition after 45 years are all your so-called African party? Tell me. Call me and tell me. Welcome, caller.
Mr. Robert?
Yes, sir.
You could give me an estimate as to how much people assembled on November the 30th?
November the 30th, my estimate is about close to 4,000 people.
4,000 people?
Close to that.
Yes. Close to that?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for that information.
Right, good. And let me say something about that too, Corky.
Yes.
If I wasn't down by the Red House,
yes,
with that casket, Corky, let me tell you something. It would have been a different story up there. Because let me tell you something. We had a motto, if you touch one, you touch all. That was the motto. And if that was the motto, nobody had a right to be arrested there, or all had a right to be arrested. That was the motto. Our motto, if you touch one, you touch all. And nobody had a right to be arrested, or everybody had a right to be arrested. And if I wasn't down by that Red House with that coffin, I am telling you, everybody would have to be arrested.
Right.
This, Wallafield, this is that joke thing. I just doesn't want to go down a certain road, Koki.
Yes.
I just don't want to go down a certain road.
Yeah.
Because people like to sit to each his own.
Yeah.
But we can't bring people outside there, and when the battle start, we know where to be seen, Welcome, caller.
We lost that one.
We can't bring people out when the things start.
So when you say all for one and one for all, you're talking about something like this.
Bring it.
Shaka, talk to me. In a happy family, tell me when you're hitting one, better you hit all and done. Now when I look at South Africa and the pain my race go through, lying smitten by the bogus massa, I burn, oh my blood I mourn, cause I know they hit me too. Shaka, shaka, tell them when they lash my brother, tell them that they hitting all of we. Shaka, shaka, when they make we children suffer, tell them they'll answer to all of we.
Welcome, caller. Welcome.
Yes, the Silver Fox.
Yes,
here.
Silver Fox.
Hey, the Fox.
Come in, Fox. Come in.
Yes. I want to ask this question. When the People Partnership won the election, right? It had a little girl from Lavantil started crying. What we gonna do now?
Yeah.
What we gonna do now? All my education gone down the drain. Camilla them take over.
Yeah.
They gonna close down my school.
Cool, yeah.
And this is how the little girl was getting on in Lavantil.
Yeah.
Right? Where is she now? I would like she to come on this program and tell me what Camilla do that time and what Rowley doing now.
Yeah.
Right? You see, I'm gonna tell you something. We just talk about race, right? And the same people talking race, on Sundays they're putting on their dandan and they're going to church. They're going and pray to God, but they don't like nobody. So how you gonna like God? You gonna like God and you don't like nobody. Right?
Yeah.
Now, we, the people who vote for PNM, right? They did not vote for this punishment. I could tell you that.
Right.
I hear a fella just come on and say something, but they did not vote for this punishment.
Yeah.
This punishment comes from wickedness from Keith Christopher Rowley. Right? Keith Christopher Rowley is the problem, and he has to go. We have to move him from office.
Yeah.
It don't may or do, he has to go. Right? Some of them is Satan carriers that come in to talk all kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
For revolution. All we have to do is shut down the blasted country.
Talk done.
Everybody drop tools.
Talk done.
That talk done. That don't no fighting again.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't understand why these people coming with these trouble. They have to have a fight. They're not thinking. They're stupid. Right? We have to fight back.
Yes, sir.
We have to fight back and save Trinidad and Tobago. Regardless of all the negativity these people are saying, when Tobago was going to vote, Trinidadians started to say, all you save we.
Yeah.
And if we save you, we go fight on. Now we save them and they're afraid to fight on.
Afraid to fight. A set of
They're
jokers.
afraid to fight.
Yeah.
A set of cowards in
Cowards.
Trinidad.
Cowards.
Right? But let me tell you something. You see, from the 17th, Tobago got to take up this fight because Trinidadians afraid it.
Yeah.
We
Cowards.
in Tobago, under Friday, will have to take up this fight and everybody going to work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We are the champions and we got to save Trinidad because they can't save themselves.
Weak. They're weak.
Right? Or they're weak in Trinidad.
Yeah.
They're weak. Just imagine, they're talking you down. They're talking you down and you a champion in this country. You're not doing it because you like doing it. You're doing it for everybody. The happiness of everybody, the child and everybody. Trinidadians, all you have to get up. All you stop sitting down with a weak belly. Get up and fight back. You have nothing to lose. Thank you.
Thank you, Fox. Thank you, Fox. Bring it, Corky. Bring it.
Fox.
Let me take this one.
Fox. Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Fox have to remember that they were successful because they had an impending election. They had an election. We don't have an election, so we don't have that platform that they had. Rowdy know that.
But
right?
caller, we have something greater than what Tobago have. We have people, we have a unity, we have you, we have me, and we have the whole country to stand up.
Yes.
That is the greatest opportunity we have to unify.
I all for that, Robert. But they had a legal way of doing what their success was about.
Caller, this is legal too. We put down in tools in this country is legal too. That's we constitutional rights too.
Right, just now. I only have limited money on my phone and I don't care if it's done.
Go ahead.
How about $3 again? Fox keep advocating and I want you to continue advocating. Shut down the country. Once the economy is crippled, we is victorious once the economy is crippled. Call on the businessmen, call on the private.
Yeah, I think you went there.
Like we lost him.
Shut down the country. Once we shut down the country, we victorious. They get the cripple.
Exactly.
So on. And that's why I want to hear you talking about encouraging the people them to shut down the country.
Shut down.
Well, brother, it's months now I encouraging that, you know. Months I encouraging that, you know. Well, like stick breaking some of them is.
Keep advocating for it. Stop straying in other talks and straying in other talks. Keep pressing. Just as how they tell people pull up their boots and tighten their boots. Advocate for shutting down the country, Mr. Robert.
Thank you, caller. Bring it.
Next call.
Welcome, caller.
Good night, Anil.
Yes, sir.
You see this station where you have here? You is the voice of the people right now, you know. You hear me, Mr. Robert?
Yeah, I hear you.
You is the voice of the people. I talking from Cascade. You is the voice of the people right now. There are no other freedom speech where a man could vent his grows. You have to hold this station and hold the people together, you know. You have to hold the forces together, you know, brother.
I'm trying, Cascade. I'm trying.
I with you, you know, Daddy.
All right. I appreciate
and
that.
I tell you, I belong to in the 1970, it was Indian African unity, you know.
Yeah, correct.
And I still, as I tell you, I still belong to the resistance movement.
Good.
And I would give up. I would never surrender.
Beautiful.
As a great grandson of an African slave, I would never surrender. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, people. Yes, the fight have to be on the front burner. We have to take the fight to the doorstep of the dictators. We have to bring the fight to the doorstep. Shut the country down. This is the opportunity that we have to shut the country down. Put them to rest, and then we will put them in jail. is jail. That is where they belongs. If we fed up with them robbing and thieving the money out of this country, enriching themselves on a daily basis, people can't get food to eat, people can't get medicine, people can't get ventilators, people suffering, people dying by the grab. And what we doing? What we doing? Just only talking? Just only talking? Boy, look, time for talk done. Time for games over. Now it's time for action. Time to bring this government to its knees. I see this government had like asphalt workers kneeling down in the road begging for their wages.
You serious?
Kneel down in the road begging for their pay.
No.
Cocky begging for their pay. What? This government. You hear what I'm telling you? It's time we put this government on the knees. Put Alwari on his knees. Put Stuart Young on his knees. Put Colum Imbot on his knees. Put Rohan Sinanan on his knees. Put Camille Robertson Regis on his knees. Put Donna Cook on his knees. Put them on their knees and put King Rowley on the stone on his knees. Put him on his knees. And if I used to encourage abuse, I would have said bring them all long time parents and put Rowley to kneel on the grater. Put him on the grater. That is what he deserves. Put them to kneel down and have them to answer to us for the mismanagement, the misbehavior in public office. And Paula May Weeks, the president, put she on she knees too with the constitution to hold up in she hand above she head for 24 hours so she will know the value of the constitution. Put them on the knees. Put Barataria, put he on a greater too. Put him next to Rowley though. Put he next to Rowley. Close. A matter of fact, put he in the back of Rowley. That way I'll put he. Because there he belongs, in the back of Rowley. All you feel this thing is joke. This is about life and livelihood. This is about the future generation. Half of them who you see want to lift up Rowley and put him on a pinnacle. You know what? They have no children. No children they have. Because anybody who have children, anybody who have a child in this country will want betterment for the children. They will want the children to have a future in this country. The only thing will have any future under Rowley? Welcome, caller, inside.
Hello?
Yes, caller, welcome.
Oh, hi. I'm calling to let you know you guys doing a great job.
Thank you, thank you.
Who am I talking to?
Victor Roberts and Corky D in the studio.
Oh, Corky. I guess the other guy wouldn't hear what you're saying, right? But my brother from he was a UNC.
Okay.
From Aranguez.
All right, nice to have you, Aranguez.
You know Pro-Chan Sigdale?
No, I don't know him personally.
Okay, he was the one that helped the people get the farmers subsidy and stuff.
Oh, yes. Okay, okay. Beautiful.
And he's the one make them move the market, fix the market, and fix the drains in the Aranguez.
Ah, great. Good.
Yeah, but he was a great guy, and well, he died a few years ago, and after they put him, they put another guy. His last name was Cito.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you'll have a next guy on the next street. What's his name?
Okay.
Not sure.
Is it Ram Logan? Oh boy. His son is a singer.
Okay, yes. The guy who's a short guy, right?
Right.
Yes, he was here in studio with Anil Robertson. So.
Right. He was there last about a week ago.
Yes, I'm trying to remember his name.
Is it Rambachan?
No, I don't think so. No. I forget
I'm
his
not sure.
name. I
I'm not
forget
sure.
his name. But he was here in the studio with us.
Okay, so he was in the first meeting when Kamala.
Yes. He's doing a very good.
He died before the meeting, but he was the one that get the farmers subsidy and pigs and chickens and the farm flood.
Ah, okay, good.
We'll find out his correct name and then we'll put
His
it on.
his name is Pulchan Sugdeo. He was the UNC something in Arangways.
Definitely, Anil will know him.
And they said they was going to make some a library with him.
Okay.
Because he used to come here and he get all the books about with China, communists.
Okay.
And he told us all this stuff was going to happen in times to come.
Ah, okay, good.
We'll have to make mention of that.
Yeah, and I met him 2 years ago when I was in Trinidad.
Oh, well,
It's
Anil Roberts should know the individual.
Yes,
Anil Roberts will know who you're speaking about.
Definitely.
Anil Roberts would know who you are speaking about.
Oh boy, all three guys were from Arangways.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And we not living far
Okay.
from Arangways.
Yes.
They live in like one street,
Okay.
next street, and the other street.
Okay, so, okay, and fine. Thanks for calling. I will talk more.
Okay, all right then. So how would I know if they make a library with his books and stuff?
Well, we will get into it. We will find out
Yeah,
from
we'll
the
find
boss.
out.
Yeah, the boss. We'll find out and we will let you know. You could always tune in and
Call
call
back.
us back, right?
Yeah, he's on a UNC in Arangways.
Yes, he deserves. He deserves what he has done. Okay, thanks for calling.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yes.
You're doing a great job because you know why?
Yes.
All the dirty mess they're doing it coming out the dryer now.
Yes.
So always when you say God have the last say, and God is not
Yes.
sleeping.
Okay, thanks for
Okay,
calling.
thank you.
You're
You're
great.
going to be the winner.
Yes.
Okay?
Thanks. Yes. We're gonna take a break.
Tomorrow, we start off the new year with a bang on Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays, we talking firework legislation. Just another distraction from Boatgate. They searching Schoonhouse when they should be searching yours. And of course, as a mom who's homeschooled for the last 8 years, we'll talk about homeschooling. I know it's a time when parents trying to figure out if that's the best option with COVID, with all the online schooling, physical schooling, what to do. So I'll lend my advice, my experience as to homeschooling in Trinidad and Tobago. Tomorrow, Fire Fridays with Marsha Walker, U975 FM and douglAR Radio.
The douglAR is well rested, family is healthy and safe. Christmas was quiet and New Year was rung in with reflection, thought, compassion, and worry for our beloved country. The douglAR has relaxed for the first time in 5 years. But the douglAR is now energized. He's ready. And douglAR politics begins its restart for 2022. Wednesday, tomorrow, Coffee and Doubles returns. Monday, douglAR Radio, 6:15 p.m., U97.5 FM. The douglAR will be on. And Wednesday night, next week, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. douglAR Politics live. Rowley, oh Lord, I had to try my best to stay quiet. Oh God, Al Rawi, wait, I want to know where the loophole, boy. I'm calling you. I want to know where the loophole to learn to put on makeup like you, mascara, wearing tight pants, dunce clung AG. PNM, all you go now. You're gone from Tobago, go from Trinidad. Leave we in peace. The douglAR is back. douglAR Politics. We coming back strong.
Tomorrow, we start off the new year with a bang on Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays, we talking firework legislation. Just another distraction from Boatgate. They searching schoolhouse when they should be searching yours. And of course, as a mom who's homeschooled for the last 8 years, we'll talk about homeschooling. I know it's a time when parents trying to figure out if that's the best option with COVID, with all the online schooling, physical schooling, what to do. So I'll lend my advice, my experience as to homeschooling in Trinidad and Tobago. Tomorrow, Fire Fridays with Marsha Walker, U975 FM and douglAR Radio.
Part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Spirit of the sovereign Lord, come and make your presence known, reveal the glory of the living God.
This is Prophetess Alicia Design Pramsuk with Ruach, Fire for the Nations Pentecostal Church. And I'm going to be on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper multicultural radio station from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. This is where you can catch the fire. The Word of God declares that Jesus said, "These signs shall follow them that believe." Signs and wonders and miracles. If you need deliverance, then you need to tune in to this radio station on Saturday morning, where the fire of God will be falling and the glory of God will be manifesting. I want to see you there, and I will see you there with the glory of God. See you there.
Let the weight of your glory
The people them fed up on the PNM. Fed up on the PNM.
Welcome back. 218-778-62. We inside.
Yeah, 218-7762.
So, alright, we taking this one time. Welcome inside.
Good night to the panel.
Good night, sir.
We want to get the money from what Rowley gives to Jamaica, $55 million US. And the money that he had sent by a transfer from California to Guyana. And the wife was a Guyanese. I thought Bonamese.
Well, the first thing we had to do is to get rid of them. That's the first thing we had to do. Welcome, caller.
Good night, Victor Robert.
Yes, sir. Good night.
I'm Corky.
Yes, good evening.
These men passing laws to stifle us while they rape the treasury.
Yeah.
Why they didn't pass laws for the man with the boat the other day to look into Heidi, Marlene McDonald? They didn't pass laws for she. But they're passing laws to stifle we, and we ain't seen that. We not seen that. Everything they pass a law is to take money out.
Of course.
And we ain't seen that, you know.
The scales on the eyes, brother. The scale on the eye, they cannot see.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. They cannot see further than they could see. Welcome, caller. Oh, that dog ain't on bad in the background.
I'm listening to radio for years. But that was the worst call I ever heard in years. I never heard a call like that. Just now that lady just now talking about someone, this person. Jesus Christ. That's the worst call I ever heard in years. Oh God. Make my go to sleep now.
Go ahead, caller. Welcome, caller.
218-7762. 218-7762.
So all these callers just make me laugh.
Well, we had a great time on the show today, yes. 218-7762. We lost that one. Call us back. 218-7762.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Hello, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Yeah. You see, what they're doing in this country, as the man just said, is to stifle people.
Yeah.
Everything they do is to always put money in the government pocket. But the man down below can never see it.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Because doing all kind of things that take money away from the poor man. Right? Look, you're paying so much of taxes already. You have to pay for your license. You have to pay for all kind of taxes for them to make sure the road gets paid. But
They want you to take it into the car, but they're not fixing the road. So how is that going to fix the road? How is that going to prevent any accident? You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
My take is the people who break the law and commit the accident, deal with them. But you cannot penalize everybody across the board because everybody is not delinquent drivers. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for all. Right? So all these people and them who want to get a little tint on their car and say, look, because the sun well hot, the sun well. Right? You're seeing in the car. You want just to take off the tint to put a lighter tint because they can't see any car. You could turn on your glass when a police stop you. Right? And even though when the sun up, you could see somebody's car. I have seen mine. And when the sun up, I see straight in my car, but yet they consider that illegal. They want you to put something what in serving no purpose if they put it on. But they might as well drive the car without tint. You understand? They're not fixing the road, but yet they want to tax you and tell you they're penalizing you if you don't have a seatbelt. If you cross one mile over 100 on a highway where you're going 100,
Yes.
they want to penalize you.
And you have an extra 500 to pay, and you could reach up to about 8,000, you know.
And watch now, tell me if you agree with me on that. We're building all these highways, I ain't saying no, right? But the highways you're building is not functioning right now. Why don't you take time at present to make you fix the road and then at present, the major roads we're using right now, where all the traffic is on.
Because there are no vision, boy, Kola. Kola, they blind, they can't see.
You understand? People mashing up the cars on the major roads here. All these small roads, all through Forest State, all through Chaguanas, all through San Fernando, all through Arima, all these main roads and things, all the roads bad. But yet they want to spend billions of dollars to build highways where people are only using once in the morning and once in the evening.
Yeah. Well, come down south, we closer to the pitch lake, and come down south and see the condition of the roads down there.
Oh, my partner, the worst straight down to Fidjo Fighters go sometimes. I know you
Well, you know it.
You understand? If you want to tax people more money and find all kind of loopholes for people to use to pay money to the treasury, well, fix the road so that the people won't complain. You understand? You want me to fix the car, but all you're not fixing the road. All you want me to make sure we've got in good working condition. We mustn't have a one brake light working. We mustn't have an ID light on the number plate in working. You want to charge you $1,000.
Yeah.
But yet when you see people going up pothole and bust all the shocks and the tire and thing, and it costing them $5,000 and $6,000 to fix it back.
Nobody cares.
Them bucket. Because if the car that the government driving, the minister driving damage, is the same taxpayers' money paying to fix it.
Of course.
Right? It's coming out of we pocket. At the end of the day, everything coming out of we pocket.
Of course.
Right? They are living in a long harm and jam. But they're telling you, tighten the belt.
All right, we got some more calls coming in.
All right, thank you, caller, for your contribution.
Yeah, all right.
And the caller, right? Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, sir, good day.
Well, Victor Robertson to the host of the program there.
Yeah, Corky D. Corky D is man. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I heard that one of your callers was speaking about the mountains and them across St. Anne's,
Cascade.
Radium. Yeah, that piece of estate that's in the back there with all that cocoa and tanker bean.
Yeah.
Thing. That is willfully done. When the NAR took office here in 86, the first thing the late NAR Robinson did was give the people of Monripo access to that same piece of land. Give them access and say we from here, plant there.
Right.
And what happened? The PNM propaganda machine come in and work on the people. And when as the NAR office, the first thing the PNM did was take back that land from the people of Monripo.
You hear that?
They took it back. I want to say good night to the people of Monripo, Mova.
You hear that,
St. Anne's, Cascade,
Why do they do that?
But it's an empowering problem they have with black people in the corridor. The people of Laventille, Mova, Johnson, Belmont, Gonzales would never leave the PNM. Do you know that they are the people with no deed for land in this country up to today? Because they brought these people all the way from St. Vincent and Grenada and put it in their head like the PNM, they owe the PNM a support, and the children and the grandchildren in these areas. That is why we have a PNM around. And I want to thank God for Tobago, because here's what is going on. I foreseen by Mr. Duke being a part of the business in Trinidad and Tobago, we could have a serious piece of blue over here too. No more red. No more red. That red drains me blood. And I want to ask you all this, and I want to ask Trinidad and Tobago this. We gave the late Patrick Manning a term. He came back and he went back a next term, and we all stopped him in 2.5 years. You give the People's Partnership 5 years, and we see so much was done in 5 years, and you stop that partnership in 5 years. 6 years with Dr. Rowley, which is the worst representation ever passed in politics here, and we still pulling along. Mr. Victor, you don't have to beat up and worry. Right now, young people who don't even talk politics, they are just waiting. They are waiting for that day. What we have to do is get that man back to the poll for a new mandate, and
Yes,
he will
sir.
not take it
Yes, sir.
under no circumstances. I want to say something to the people, some of these PNM fanatics who know me very well, and when they meet me and want to give me the stupid on them, clung on them. Let me tell you something, you PNM fanatics. Don't come around me and ask me, so who do I put? Because the 19 seats that the UNC have, there's nothing the PNM do in 6 years could take away one
Yeah.
out of the 19 seats. Our
Correct.
politics right now is easy. It's a walk in the park right now to get rid of this man. It's just to get him back to the poll. He can't win nothing here. Nothing here. And I want to close by saying this. Whenever the PNM is moved from office, there must be a forensic audit.
Yes,
must
sir.
take at least 2.5 years out of the first 5 years in any government.
Yes, sir.
Because we need back things from there. Because let me tell you something. The kind of money Trinidad and Tobago owing right now, the situation Dr. Rowley them put it, you see, they're only talking and talking and then talking the right thing. The government spending money, but where are they spending the money? Is it people-centered or friends and family? I'm born with that.
Thank you, caller. Caller, I'm giving you my number on air. 316-4468. You is a man I need to talk with.
We got 18 minutes to go again. Yeah.
Caller, again it again.
Yes.
316-4468. That is my personal number.
Repeat.
316-4468.
Right.
Take that number, caller, and call me anytime tomorrow. You is a man I need to talk with.
Yes.
Stay blessed. 316-4468. That is my personal number.
Real people gonna call you.
Call
now.
me, caller.
Yes, all right.
Welcome, caller, inside.
Hello, good evening.
Good day, sir.
With all the food prices going up, skyrocketing, and so many people dying, why these people can't get up and have whatever it is, bring back this part 2, and everybody, why them have put out the government in waiting who could help save the family life? Save the family life.
Yes.
But they have these people just, boy, I don't know what to say. Thank you all. Koki Days Hussein, bhai.
Hey, what's up? Thanks
Thank
for
you,
calling.
caller.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller.
Wow.
Welcome, caller, inside.
Good night. I called just now.
Yes, sir.
They the stupidest thing I ever see. The road have potholes. They're not fixing it, but you know they putting speed bump on the road? It's the greatest. I'll make you laugh there.
Yeah. No.
Those speed, they're saying those speed, you will hit the pothole. Is it that?
Mash up your car, but those speed.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, caller.
And this land and building tax,
Yeah.
plenty people going and lose their work because they have no work.
All right.
They're going and lose their house because they have no work. In the States, why you paying land and building tax? You have heater and all kind of thing to pay for. Those houses what people made bill already. But we go in the hardware, we have to pay tax. We have to pay tax for this, we have to pay tax for that.
And they still come on when we come and pay tax for we own thing.
Boy, caller.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, caller, boy. Good comment, good comment.
My finger to the bone for my country. I squeeze blood out a stone for my country. The people in authority mashing up my family. So much a years that we sweat and toil. It's be blood and tears we till the soil, but we still suffering today. And we children can't see the way. Hey, I wake up in the morning and there's unemployment. I can't take that. Wake up in the morning and there's more retrenchment. I can't take that.
Welcome, caller.
Yes, sir.
Keep that tune there for me, Koki. Yeah, caller, go ahead.
Hey, good night, good night. I enjoying you and you're laughing somebody like the guy with the pothole at the bump.
Yeah.
But I want to say something. You know now it's coming like the birds. You're not hearing the birds chirping because of climate control and the fireworks and so forth.
Right.
You're not hearing these Indian singers, chutney and so forth, singing on the radio or television because they're kind of cut out, you know. What I would like to see, and this is a base for some of them, the PNM has been established for 65 years, 49 years of government, and all the supporters that supported them. It was their indoctrination at the early stage with Williams in the second election to keep this population stupidity, ignoramus, right?
Yeah.
And look, and just think about, I don't know how old Raul is, about 69 or whatever, right? And look, the president, such a big job. She was educated under the same regime. But look at the colors right now. They become matured adults, and they are behaving like, you know, so in such a disgrace that our country all over the world is in shambles. So I want a chutney man to make a calypso for all these PNM who think that they're intelligent.
Right.
For 65 years establishment, 49 years of power, and they keep all ignorant.
Yeah.
And then all you still voting for the voting. So the name of the song, It Good For You.
Good.
It good for you, man. Tingling, good
Well,
for
massive
you.
go sign here. You go make a tune.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, caller. It's good for you. Tiling, it's good. I go remember that. Welcome, caller.
Me again.
Yeah.
Why you think Dr. Eric Williams get rid of Kwame Ture for? Because he was opening the eyes of black people. And he banned him from this country. Black people don't know the history, you know.
Yeah.
Black people don't know the history. Kwame Ture in the States is a big name, you know. I make you think there.
Thank you, caller.
Yes. All right.
I must do all the research back on that.
Yeah.
Give me that tune, Koki. Give me that tune.
Yes. That's the late Brother Resistance. Can't take that.
Yeah.
I walk my finger to the bone for my country. I squeeze blood out a stone for my country. The people in authority mashing up my family. So much a years that we sweat and toil. It's be blood and tears we till the soil, but we still suffering today. And we children can't see the way. Hey, I wake up in the morning and there's unemployment. I can't take that.
Caller.
Hello. Go ahead.
Good night, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Yes.
That's a great name, the man called the Kwame Ture.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want it back in Trinidad, I don't know. Because under the UNC he was able to come.
Yeah.
And
I would do a little digging into it.
And the teachings of him and men like Marcus Garvey and so on, this is what will open the eyes of the people and the main effort right now is try to bring the masses together. You know, try to get out of this Indian African
totishness.
This race that they push in. You see when we're talking that side and that kind and this type of thing. They do that purposely.
Purpose.
It's planning or no.
That is to ignite and to invigorate the race to travel through the rank and file of the PNM supporters.
Yes.
So we need to focus on that. As I tell you earlier on in the other course before, say the name on the things that they are accusing you of, because other stations talking about wastewater and this and that and all the other things, clear the dam, life sport, whatever and things. Do some leaflets, you understand? And print these out and enlighten the people. You understand?
Yeah.
Look at the call out talk about the road. They were able to fix the whole of Toko Road in 3 weeks' time before the last election. I mean, the landslide, they couldn't fix that.
Yeah.
The majority of the potholes and the bad areas and things, right? In 3 weeks' time, they fix that, right? Why it is we can't have a serious road program, right? Look at Charlotte Street, look at Frederick Street, look at Queen Street between Henry and Frederick. You understand? It's a shame. You're driving on some of the roads and how the roads sink, it guiding your car and all too. You have to hold. Right? I'm sure you observed that.
Yeah, of course, especially on the highway.
I had to reverse from a pothole the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are some of the potholes cause accidents. Cause from that. You understand? And they can't that, and we have to demand certain things in this country. If I get in water 10 days for the month, charge 10 days for the month. We have to stand up for a lot of things in this country, you know.
Change the policy makers and the policy will change.
You understand? We have to get serious, and the main thing is to mobilize the people, try to bring the people together. Your station projecting so much hate. You understand? But we will kill them with love.
Thank you, caller.
We will kill them with love. You know, I mean, just by chance I might be traveling a car, whatever, and hear about the two of them and this kind of talk and this kind of nonsense they're talking about. And people need that they're pulling and so on. Remember Kamala had carried all her bills to Parliament at a time? When he was accusing her of something, about house and so on?
Right.
Took all the bills to Parliament. You understand? But the thing is, you know, I mean, them is petty things. You understand? But clear the air, we have to clear the air and mobilize the people. And partner, keep that cough. That cough to get bigger and bigger. And so we might have to get more.
Thank you, caller.
We might have to get more coffins. You understand?
All right. Thank you. So we're moving again. Have a good night.
Good job.
Bless it. Right. So we have 7 minutes inside. 7 minutes to go. Welcome, caller. Short and sweet.
Robert, good night to you and Corky.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Yeah, call me Toure, Toklika Michael. When Eric Williams banned him,
right?
No Western country wanted him. But he be Caribbean here, nobody wanted him. He became known as a man without a country. He ended up in Africa, and he married that legendary singer, the great African singer, Miriam Makeba. I don't think you remember all that. He got married to Miriam Makeba, one of the great African singers of all time.
But he's still alive, caller?
No, he died.
He died?
Yeah, Bajo Pande brought him back, but he didn't live too long after that.
I must do some research. I must do some research.
Became Prime Minister, he brought him back home.
Right. I will do some research on him starting from next week.
All right, then.
Thank you, caller. I will do some research on that guy.
Great man.
Yeah.
But they got rid of him because what he was trying to educate the people.
He was opening the eyes of the black. Welcome, caller.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes, caller. Welcome.
Thank you. Kwame and Toure. Right. The man's name was Toklika Michael.
Right.
Right. And he was married to Miriam Makeba, the great African singer.
Yeah, caller was telling us a while ago.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller.
Wow.
Right, so we're on the Kong Dong stage.
Yes.
Welcome, caller. Short and sweet.
Like to hit some short punches. Me again.
Go ahead, quick.
You want people to take the vaccine. If they didn't take the vaccine, you didn't want to pay them. You want to go to Parliament to pass a law for that.
Yeah.
So, all right, I ain't getting no water. Go to Parliament. I ain't getting no water. I ain't paying no bill.
I follow you.
Yeah.
And that is how it should be. Yeah, thank you. That is how it should be. Pay for what you get. Pay for the service you get. Welcome, caller.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Just it was going on. How come the father of the nation, after independence, there was uprising in 1970 of all color, classes, creed, races, mixed and city? What went wrong there?
What went wrong there is a good question.
Trying to understand.
Welcome,
Yeah.
caller.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Yeah. You hear what happened with Jacob and Roger Alexander?
No.
Yes, I went to view there. And Jacob asking the crowd that people who snap wrongly, he want a tape borrow. Where he want tape for, he want to measure how long the man dead.
Hi, caller. Hi, caller.
Oh, gosh. Yes, U97.5, Hot Like Pepper 855.
Give me that song they cookie as we wind up this thing.
Which one you want? There's so many nice ones to play here. I have, let me check. Let's go with this one. Shut down.
Well.
Great show, great show.
So we are saying thank you on the inside.
Yeah.
Remember, tomorrow we should have Fire Friday with Marsha Walker.
Marsha Walker.
And remember, on Monday, the man himself,
the boss,
Anil Roberts, will be inside on Monday. So stay tuned for that. And we take this one. Welcome, caller.
Welcome. Good night, sir. I would like to ask one question, sir. Are you getting me, sir?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, we hearing you.
Okay. This legislation that Paris wants to go to Parliament with, if it is made law, could the union take up an unvaccinated worker matter to the industrial court, sir?
Right. So thanks for calling. The union can take up any matter. The thing is, caller, at this point in time where we have even the judiciary,
yes,
which is also compromised with political interference, is how far your matter will get, is the next question. Welcome, caller.
Last area again.
Yes.
100 spot meetings in the evening in every area. One mobilization, 100 spot meeting in every community on an evening. And you see what happened to the PNM. 100 spot meeting every evening. You know how much areas you could cover with that?
Right. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, Cascade. Right, so we have 2 minutes to go, and we will take this one. Welcome, caller.
Tom is waiting to get a cup and money, and there was a silence on the time come for them GMO.
Thank you.
I wanted to share something with you, about
after
Victor.
this one.
Yeah, all right, good. Yeah.
Welcome, caller. After this one.
Night, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir.
Great
Good night.
show, great show.
Thank you, sir.
You could repeat this show tomorrow night, man. Great show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, I wanted to share this with you. Take a listen to this.
High conflict politicians, or what I call wannabe kings, because that's really what they want. They want to take over and eliminate opposition. How they effectively gain power in an election, and we're not talking about people that just became dictators from a war or something. We're talking about people getting elected. And what happens is they put out all this emotional message, all these emotional words, and these emotional words tend to trigger people into 4 different groups. And I call this the 4-way voter split. What happens is they're loving loyalists. They seduce by saying you're wonderful, you and I want the same thing, we know and believe in all of that. It's really calculated because most of these politicians shift all over politically to see what works to get them power. So they say to the loving loyalists what the loving loyalists want to hear. And so the loving loyalists just go, we love this person, and then they change their politics. It's all right, we're already in love. So that's maybe 30% of people. Then, on the other side of that, they trigger the riled up resistors. And the riled up resistors are emotionally hooked and they're angry. They don't like this person. They see this person as very dangerous and a threat to society. And we've got to do something about this person. But they're emotionally engaged as well. Then there's the mild moderates. And to some extent, they're kind of stuck. They don't know, well, is this different or is this politics? And they generally view it through the lens of this is politics. So if they're on our side politically, we'll support them, but we don't like the personality. We wish the person would stop talking so much. And if they're on the other side, they go, we don't like his personality, but we really don't like his politics. But they're kind of mild moderates, so they're not really emotionally activated. In fact, they may actually be emotionally intimidated because they don't want to get fired upon by the verbal tongue lashing that HCPs are always putting out. But then the fourth group is the disenchanted dropouts. And these folks feel emotionally pushed away. It's like, just leave me out of this. I'm not political. I don't want to be involved. And in all the countries where we see high conflict politicians rising to leadership, there's a huge percent of people that emotionally drop out. And so they don't need a majority of people. Typically, they may have 40%, maybe 45% of the vote, but these high conflict politicians rarely get over 50%. But because they're able to divide these other groups, that they push away the disenchanted dropouts so they just don't vote. And the riled up resistors go with maybe extreme candidates who don't have a chance. And the mild moderates often have a candidate that has a chance, but the moderates and the resistors are opposing each other, mostly because the high conflict politician has divided them. And so what we see over and over again around the world is they're getting into power with less than a majority of people because they're able to divide this four-way voter split.
Good night. We out.